Welcome to our Email Builder webinar. My name is Judy Miller. I do the basic training webinars. They usually start at about 10 o'clock and they last about an hour. Today's how to send a broadcast, so we'll have more time for Q&A. And I am recording this, so you will get a recording about lunchtime. Also, I did have a slide on here that said no one came to the webinar, so there's my email address, which is basictraining@infusionsoft.com. So if you ever have a question and you need to email me, that's the best way to communicate with me. And believe it or not, I was in Austin last week. So I went Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday during the worst possible time to go to Texas. But I'm back. I'm the one on the left with my big raincoat on. But I'm back. I got back safe, and it was a great visit. So believe it or not, the day I left, it was the sunniest day in Austin in 2 weeks. So it was pretty crazy. So what we're going to be doing on this webinar is I'm going to help you learn how to use our email builder, but you also have some free resources at help.infusionsoft.com. So if you go to help.infusionsoft.com, you don't even have to be a user with Infusionsoft. You have access to our user guide. You have access to our tech support numbers, which are the tech support people are here from 6 in the morning until 5 at night, Mountain Standard Time. You have access to our mastermind webinars, which are a little bit more advanced than the basic training webinars. They're recorded in our Help Center under the Webinar tab, and also access to register for more webinars in our Webinar tab. So anytime that you need extra help with Infusionsoft, you can go to our Help Center, and there are recorded videos, there's articles, there's all sorts of help there, and that is free for any Infusionsoft user. So a lot of people come to this webinar thinking that we're going to do a campaign, but we're doing campaigns tomorrow. Tomorrow's our campaign webinar. Today is our email broadcast webinar. I'm just going to go over the differences real quick. An email broadcast is a one-time email that you send out either to your whole entire group, like when you're sending off a newsletter, or to a specific group of people, like in Austin. We went to trivia night Saturday night. The weather was absolutely horrendous. So trivia could have sent an email to everyone that came to trivia on Saturday nights and said, hey, we're going to cancel trivia today because of the bad weather. We will reschedule sometime when the weather gets better. And you can just send that to a targeted group of people. People usually send off an email broadcast to their entire list to give them an announcement or to send off their newsletter. We're going to learn how to do those broadcasts today. A campaign is a little bit different, but emails are in campaigns. So a campaign is a series of emails that are connected together in a sequence with timers, but there can be other things in that sequence, like a task for you to send off a postcard, or a task for you to give someone a call, or a reminder email that somebody has an appointment. So you do need to know how to use the email builder in order to create a campaign. So it's good to learn both. Tomorrow we'll be using some of the emails that we saved in our campaign builder tomorrow. So today we're going to learn how to send the broadcast. We're not going to be going into the campaign builder. So some awesome things you're going to learn today. I'm going to show you how to edit a template. I'm going to show you how to add images. I'm going to show you how to send a broadcast to your entire list, like if you were sending off your newsletter. And I'm also going to show you how to send a broadcast to a targeted group, like, hey, these are the people that come to trivia on Saturday night, and we want to warn them that we're going to cancel because the weather's terrible. So I'm going to show you how to do all that today. Our email builder, it's super easy to use. You can create multiple templates. So Donnie, if you have two businesses, you do yoga and you also do personal training, and you have banners for each of those different businesses, you can create multiple templates, one with your yoga business and one with your personal training business that you do at home, training, and you can have as many templates as you want inside the Infusionsoft application. They're mobile optimized, so they look really good on a cell phone, they look really good in a tablet, and they look really good on your computer. And you can save these templates and use them in the campaign builder. So if you made the best template ever and you're like, oh, I want to use that in the campaign builder, you can save it as a template and use it. And it's fun. I think it's super fun to create things for your business. So I'm going to show you how to create those templates. So let me get into Infusionsoft and show you how it's done. So when I log into the Infusionsoft application, even if you're just going to mess around with your email builder. So you get off the webinar with me and you're like, I just want to play around, or I'm ready to send off my first broadcast. Either way, you still go to the same place. So I'm going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to the marketing section, down to emails and broadcasts, and click it one time. Once I click it, there's going to be a big blue button in the middle that looks just like a vitamin pill, and it says Get Started. And I'm going to click that one time. And I am going to be sending the recording for anybody that's just joined us, or if I start going too fast, just tell me in the question box to slow down. I like to get out my highlighter for this. It's one of my best parts, my favorite parts to do here. And when you first open up your email builder, you're going to land on your gallery. And your gallery has a whole bunch of templates that are already created for you as your starting points. So you can say, oh, this one looks familiar. This one kind of looks like the one I'm using in MailChimp. If you want to begin from a blank slate and just say, I'm just going to start from scratch, you can come over to this Actions button in the right-hand corner, hit the drop down, and you can hit Blank Template. So you land on your gallery. If you've already sent out an email and you just want to edit that email that you've already sent out, as soon as you send it out, it's going to go in your previously sent bucket. I like to call these little buckets. If you've been working on an email and you live in Houston, Texas, and your electricity went out and your computer went down, it's okay, because anything that you were making is going to be saved in the draft bucket. So if you're working on it, your computer went down, you can find that same email with everything you were working on in that drafts bucket. And if you save the email because it's the best email you've ever made, it's going to be automatic. You can automatically save it in the templates. If you don't save it, it's going to be in drafts. If you save it as a template, it's going to be in my templates, and you can use that and magically add it to the campaign builder when you're making a campaign. But when you first open it up, it's going to appear in your gallery, and you get to pick one to start out with. And that's what we're going to do right here. I can peruse through. I can scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, and I can even preview these by hitting the eyeball. So I'm going to come to the Pine Collection and hit the eyeball, and that will show me what it looks like in a tablet and also what it looks like in an iPhone. I like this one, so I'm going to hit Use Template. And when I do, it will bring me into the email builder for that template. Now, as soon as it does, you'll see that that little drop down appeared. And that little drop down gives you the ability to change who this email is coming from. People may not know me from Judy Miller. They may know me from my business. So I can hit the little arrow going down, come to Other, and I can put my business name here. And then I can put my email address where I want people to reply to. So if I want people to reply to my heyjudemiller@gmail.com, I can just put that one down, and I want it to be sent from Infusionsoft. So you can put whatever you want. If you have two different businesses, one email can go from business A, the other email can go from business B, whichever template you decide to send it from. I hit save. The recipients we're not going to talk about until we send our broadcast, but we do want to put a subject line. I'm going to show you something cool. I'm going to say, here is your, and I want to put the day of the week. So I may send off a Monday tip every Monday. So here is your Monday tip. I may send it off on Tuesday and say, here is your Tuesday tip. So I'd like to put a merge field. I hit merge. This is a cool little tip right here. I come down to date, and I'm going to pick day of the week. So it's going to say, here's your Monday email. And now I want to put their first name. So here's your Monday email, Donnie. Here's your Monday email, Judy. Here's your Monday email, Anne. So I'm going to put, here's your Monday email. I'm going to put a comma right there and a space. And I'm going to hit the merge field again, the merge button. And this time I'm going to come to the most common contact fields and pick their first name. So this email every week will say, here is your, and pick the day of the week. So if you send it on Monday, it will say Monday. If you send it on Wednesday, it will say Wednesday. And it will automatically pick up their first name. So I think that's pretty fun. Now I want to get rid of this header. I don't want it to be in my space right now. So I'm going to hit that little arrow going up, and now it's out of my way, and I can start working on my email. You can make as many templates as you want with different subject lines and different froms and who you want them to reply to with the address that you want them to reply to. So when I land here, on the left-hand side, you'll see the design toolbar. And starting from the very bottom, I can move my email position to the left or to the center. I can change the background color, and I'm going to change it to kind of a gray color. I can change my hyperlink color, so if I'm going to make a link, I can change my color, and I'm going to change it to red. And that's all I really want to change in my design. Now I'm going to come into my actual body of my email, and I'm going to hit this generic enterprises. I don't really want that. That's not the name of my company. It's probably not the name of yours, and I don't want it there to take up space, so I'm just going to click on it and hit the trash can and delete it. There's also a space there, and I want to delete that. Now I have the Pine Collection with shop. It's not my banner. It's not your banner, so I'm going to change it. And the way you change your image is simply click on the image, and when you do, you'll notice that the toolbar on the left changed. That's a pattern. Every time you click in something in that email, the toolbar on the left will change. On the top it says image, and I can either edit this image, but I don't even really want it, so I'm going to hit change image. And when I hit the change image button, all of my images will appear. And I'm going to use this one for It's Supposed to Rain Today. So I'm going to use that one for today. Once I have my image, I can make it bigger and smaller by toggling. And I can also change the position. I can change the position of my image too. If I made it smaller, I can move it left, right, or center. I'm going to make it big and just put it right in the center. It's always important to put a short description, so I'm just going to put Infusionsoft with cloud because it's supposed to rain today. The next area, do we have control for retina size of image? The only control you have of your image is to be able to toggle the size on the side. When you add your image and you add an image, that's where you have control of what style image you want to put in, a PNG or a JPEG. So someone just asked about the size. The banner on our Infusionsoft email, the best size is 600 by 100, but if you want to control if it's a PNG or a JPEG, as you can see, this rain that I took in Austin is rain PNG, and my little Volkswagen Bug is Bug JPEG. So I have the choice to put that in by hitting browse and what image I'm adding to my Infusionsoft. So I hope that made sense. The next section is the section header, and I can just highlight over this and I can add my my header or my title. I'm not going to answer questions to the end because I want to make sure that I focus on this. So I'm just going to put get my ideas now. If you're using MailChimp, or if you're using Aweber or iContact, or you have Microsoft Word documents with content in it, you can just copy and paste that content right into this email. Just copy it and paste it right here. I'm going to add a clickable link by saying get my ideas now. Just click here. So I made a clickable link. I put get my ideas now, just click here. Now I want to add my document to this email. Let me show you how to add a document. I'm going to highlight it, come up to this little floating blue toolbar, and you'll see on the left it says merge, and over to the left, or on the right it says merge, and one over to the left is a little chain link fence. And if I click that, it says URL. If I have a page on my website that I want to redirect them to, I can put that URL right here. But I want to give them a downloadable file of my ideas. So I'm going to come to this little arrow next to URL, and I'm going to look for file download. There it is, file download. I'm going to click it one time, and then I can choose my file. If I don't have a file here yet, I can hit upload new file, go to my desktop, find my file. I had a file that I did today, let's see, in my... Sorry, I can't type today. And I can add my file to the Infusionsoft server. So that's how you add your own file but I'm going to grab the file that I promised them, which are 5 fun newsletter ideas, hit insert link, and now I have a clickable link right there just like that. And because in the design phase I made the link red, it shows up as red. If I want them to check out my blog post, I can even put check. Let me put it up here. Check out my blog post, or just read more here. If I want them to check out my blog post, highlight, come here, and put in my blog post URL. And now I have 2 clickable links in the body of my email. Check out my blog post or read more here, or get my ideas, just click here. So there's 2 clickable links, and I made those by highlighting and coming up to the little chain link fence. In this template, the next area is a dividing line. And if I click on that dividing line, I can delete it by hitting the delete button, or I can come over to the left toolbar and I can make it wider or less wide. And I can even change the color of it. And I'm going to change it to green, like my Infusionsoft green. So I have my banner, my text with 2 clickable links, and then I have my dividing line. To the left, underneath the dividing line, is an image. I can click on that image, change the image, and I'm going to add the Penny Bridge from Austin. I can make it bigger. When you're doing an image, it's always good to put in an image description. And then I can come over and I can change this to, is it wet enough? Change my copy, and I don't need a clickable link there, so I'm just going to hit exit. The next is another dividing line, so I'm going to come up, make the dividing line smaller, and change the color to my green, and scroll down a little bit more. Now, if you don't need this section header, I don't really have any more content, I don't really want to write anything else, I can just hit the trash can like that and delete. Now you see there's a Shop Now button. I'm going to click on that Shop Collection button, and you'll notice the toolbar on the left changed. And I get to design that button. This button's going to say Get Ideas Now, because I'm going to give them a second chance to get my newsletter ideas. I can change the text. The button link is going to be a file download. I'm going to give them a second chance to download my file, and I'm going to choose the same exact file I did before, 5 fun newsletter ideas. And then I'm going to come change the color of the button, and because my theme is kind of green, I'm just going to leave it green. I can even change the font color if I want to, but I think I'm going to leave it like that. It looks great. So let's take a look at our email. Banner, content, dividing line, image, content, dividing line, button, dividing line. Grab the dividing line. I'm just going to delete that. Now, what if I want to add more to my email? This was a great template, but I want to add more. Let me show you. All the way to the left, we're in design phase with the design box. But if you scroll down to the blocks and click on it, you'll see that we have some blocks that we can use to create more fun stuff. I'd like to add another button. It can be Get My Ideas Now or Visit My Blog Page. So I'm going to grab the button. I'm going to put it right next to my other button, and the toolbar on the left will change. I'm going to put Check Out My Blog. Visit Blog Now. I'm going to put a URL, and I'm going to put the same one. And change the color to green. And now I have 2 buttons. If I had a third button, Check Out My Store, I can take a button, and I can even add a third button right in that row. To delete a button, you're just going to highlight over it and hit the trash can. Now I want another dividing line. I can either come over to my little blocks and grab a dividing line, or if I just want to do this one the same size and the same color, I can click it, make a duplicate, and then just drag it right under the buttons. And now I have button 1, button 2, and another dividing line. This time I want to add some content. Come to my blocks, grab text, drag it underneath, and now I have content, and I can write my content. What if I want to add an image underneath my Get Ideas Now? I can add an image just by coming to my blocks, grabbing an image, and dragging it wherever I want it. I want it right underneath my Get Ideas Now. Once I click on that block and add it to my email, I can come over to the right and I can go through my library, or I can hit browse and I can add a new image just like that. So I'm going to hit browse. Let me see if I have an image that I want to add. It's a duplicate, so it's not going to add the image, but it would add the image. Let me just grab an image that I already have up here. And once my image is in here, I can make it bigger or smaller just by using the toggle button. The background white. Come back to my blocks. So we have an image block, we have a button block. Let's go over the social media block. On the very top of my screen, under my banner, I want to add my social media snippets. So I'm going to come to social. I'm going to put it right underneath my banner and let it go. And when I do, you'll see that it's kind of gray. And gray means that it's not set up yet. So I need to set it up. You're going to have to go to your Facebook page and get your Facebook URL and copy it right here. I would recommend that because it doesn't transfer from email to email, put it on a Word document or an Excel spreadsheet so you have them available. If I want to put in my Twitter, I can put in my Twitter handle. If you need more social media snippets, just hit the plus sign and I can add my Instagram and just start typing it in. I also have the option of making it bigger or smaller and adding it left, right, or center. I want to show you a little tip because I did tell you I was going to give you tips throughout the webinar. If I ever want to preview this and see how it's going to look like on a cell phone or on a tablet, I can just come up to the black toolbar and hit the preview button. Once I do, you'll see how it looks like on a cell phone. I'm going to show you this tip. Right now I see the social media snippets, but if I scroll down and read the whole email, the social media snippets don't appear again. And I'm not going to remember to go back up and scroll to the top of the email to find those social media snippets. So let me show you a really, really good idea. I already have the snippets made, so I'm going to click on them and make a duplicate. It will create all the images, all the social media snippets I have with the connections. And then I'm just going to left click this and drag it all the way to the bottom of my email. Now watch when I hit the preview. There's the social media snippets. I read, I read, I read, I read, and now I have the social media snippets again. So it's in the top of my mind, and I may decide that I like her style and I'm going to follow her on Facebook, or I'm going to follow her on Instagram just by clicking there. So that's just a little idea with a little tip. And one more thing before we go to sending off a broadcast, I want to show you how to add a video. Here's a video snippet. I'm going to add it right underneath the Infusionsoft banner, and you see it says Add Video. The toolbar on the left changed. And now I need to actually go in and find the video that I want to use. You can either use the videos in Vimeo, if Vimeo is the one hosting your videos, Wistia, Jivebox, whoever is hosting your videos, you're going to go get that URL. So I'm going to go on YouTube real quick and grab Frozen because I know it's safe. And when Frozen comes up, I can either come down to the share button, waiting for it to load. Where is the share button? There usually is a share button down here. I don't see the share button, but you don't have to come to the share button. You can just grab the URL right on top. I don't know why this isn't coming up. So I'll go to this one. YouTube must have changed what they do because there's usually a little share URL right here, but you don't need to do that. You can just come up to your browser window, grab the URL, copy it, and then paste it right here on the left-hand side in the toolbar. Once I do, the video will appear. I can make it bigger or smaller by hitting the toggle button, and now I have a video right there in my email. Once I'm done with my email, I can either exit, which would automatically put it in the draft section, or I can hit Save as Template. And when I hit Save as Template, I'm going to call this one Frozen. And hit Save, and now Infusionsoft will grab that email and drop it into the template bucket, so I can use it in my campaign builder too. So I'm going to hit Exit. It should bring me back into my gallery. And now if I go into my templates, that email will be the first one in my templates because I just saved it. And I'll pause and get a drink of water while that's coming up. There's the email that I just created right there. I'm going to go over this one, the one I created before this webinar, and then I'm going to redirect and show you how to send a broadcast. So I'm going to open up Use Template and show you the different pieces of this email. And you'll go, oh my gosh, that's so easy. I get it now. Banner, content, dividing line, image, content, clickable link, dividing line, content, button, dividing line. So that's all that email is, and you can always come in and change it. I'm going to exit out of the email builder now to show you how to send off your first broadcast, and then we'll go to questions. I'm going to start from the dashboard, and when you're ready to send your first broadcast, or you're ready just to play around with the email builder, you're going to hover over the Infusionsoft logo, come to Marketing, down to Emails and Broadcasts, and click it one time. This blue button appears, and I'm going to hit the Get Started. Now, since last night or 2 days ago, you were busy creating your first template, you're now ready to send it. So it's either going to be in your drafts or your templates. So I'm going to click on My Templates, and I'm going to actually click on the email that I just created with you guys. Here's the email I want to use, the first one on the left. So I'm going to hit Use Template. Now, you always have the option of coming in and editing. You can edit, but I created this email and it's pretty good, and this is one I want to use. So I'm going to come up to the right-hand corner to the blue button that says Schedule or Send, and I'm going to click it one time, and Infusionsoft is going to do a little email broadcast checklist, and it's going to go, wow, your email that it's from is perfect. Your subject line is perfect. The date and time is fine, but you don't have any recipients. So you'll see a little exclamation point there, and an exclamation point is yikes. So I'm going to pick my recipients now. I'm going to hit this little X, and I'm going to pick my recipients. There's lots of ways to pick recipients, but if you just want to send your whole list this email, I'm just going to come to the New Search button, put on my highlighter, this New Search link right here under the Recipients field. I'm going to click on New Search, and when I do, this box will automatically pop up, and it pops up on my other screen. So here it is. This box will pop up. And you're not going to choose any criteria because you want to send it to your entire list. So you're just going to say Infusionsoft, just search. When you hit that green search button in the bottom left-hand corner, Infusionsoft will scoop up your entire list. I think it's thinking right now. And will bring my entire list into the recipients box, 215 people. Now, I don't want to really send this to 215 people because I'll be sending spam. So I'm going to click in the recipient box, and you'll see a drop down appears. You can have saved searches. So if you're a veterinarian, you might have a saved search for just people that are cat owners. You also may have a saved search for just people that are dog owners. You may have a saved search that have small reptile owners. And you might want to just pick that specific saved search of people. Or you may want to start typing in tags. I want to find the tag of only prospects. And if I start typing in prospects, only my prospects will appear. I actually have a saved search of newsletter list. There's one person in it, which is perfect, and that's who I want to send it to because I don't want to send spam to people that I don't know, and I just have fake people's names in this account except for some saved searches. So there's one person on this list. Now I want to send it. This is awesome. So I'm going to hit schedule or send, and now you'll see that that little yikes button is gone and my recipients is good. When I scroll down, I can either schedule to send it later. So if you're going to be on a flight to Hawaii today at 2 o'clock and you want to send it at 2 o'clock, you can choose to send it right then. But I'm going to send it now, so I'm just going to hit the Send Now button, click on Send Now, and automatically that email will go off. As soon as the email goes off, it will put you in a different screen. It will redirect you to our reporting screen for our email broadcast. You'll get a little pie graph. You'll be able to tell how many emails you sent, how many people opened, how many people didn't open. So it's pretty cool. If you want to learn more about this report in our Help Center at help.infusionsoft.com, you can look up Email Broadcast Report and it will bring this up. If you want to get back to this report, hover over Infusionsoft's logo, Marketing, down to Reports. Click it one time. We send an email broadcast, so of course it's going to be under the email broadcast report. And then it's this one that I did. Here's your day of the week. Hit view. And that will bring us up to our report. So let me show you how to send it off again. Emails and broadcasts. Get started. Choose my email I want to send out. It's usually a lot faster than this, but I'm stuck in a back webinar room, so my computer's a little bit slower back here. That's why it's so quiet. I'm going to send off this one, hit Use Template. You can always go in and edit whatever you need to edit. You can also change who it's coming from by clicking here, and I hit Schedule or Send. My Yikes button comes up, put in my recipients. Do a new search. Grab my search window because it's showing up on my other screen. This time I'm just going to send this to Abe. So I don't want to send out spam. And he works here. There's my one email going out to Abe. Hit Schedule or Send. Now my Yikes button is gone. Scroll down. Send Now. Hit my Send Now button and that email will go out. And that's how easy it is to send out a broadcast inside Infusionsoft. So my challenge for you guys is create an email template, add a link, an image, a document, a video, a Buy Now button, send out a broadcast to yourself, save it to your template library so we can use it in the campaign builder tomorrow, and have fun with the software. I like to let people know that Infusionsoft is like driving a stick shift for the first time. You get that little Volkswagen Bug, you start driving the stick shift, and it's a little bit hard at the beginning. But the more you drive it, the better you get, and you know how to reverse and even get it into sixth gear without, smooshing on your gears. Infusionsoft is like that. The more you start using it, and the more you get familiar with it, you're going to be driving an 18-wheeler sooner or later because it gets easier and easier and easier. If you'd like to send the broadcast to me, my email is basictraining@infusionsoft.com. My name is Judy Miller. You can add me to your CRM. And if you have any questions after this webinar, you can also write me at basictraining@infusionsoft.com. Would love for you guys to join me tomorrow. One of the questions says, how do we join you tomorrow? So let me show you. I'm going to go to our Help Center at help.infusionsoft.com. If you click on the Webinars tab in the black, Infusionsoft Basic Training, once you click there, you can register for tomorrow by hitting the Click Here button. And that's the only way to get to it right now. It's the only way I know of. So that's how you do that. So Donnie asked, how did these display on high resolution screens, or do we upload images at twice the resolution? I'm not sure, Donnie. That's something I think that you'd have to ask to tech support. The best thing to do is to add the image and then send it to yourself in a preview, and then you'll be able to see what it looks like. So inside your email builder, go into my previously sent. Shouldn't take this long. I'm sorry it's taken so long. There's a preview button, and there's also a test button. If you hit test, you can send a test to yourself and then see how that looks. All of my images, I either screen capture from Jing or I create them in Pixlr. So I don't create very, very, very high resolution images. Like this image right here I got from Facebook, and I just screenshot it. But I think it looks really good. It really shows that it's rainy, rainy, rainy in Texas. Donnie asked, inside the social media snippet, is there a social media snippet for House? And there's not. The only thing that you can do different is you can add an image for House. So you can go add the image and then link that image. So add the image. It wouldn't be able to be on the same line as the other social media snippets, but you can add the image. So let me just add, I'll add the broom, just make believe that's House. Make it small, move it all the way over to the left. So I'd have to make it small and then link it to House. That's the only way that you can do that. We don't have that image, and I don't think there's any plans to get that image in there. That's something that's specific to what you do. So you'd have to just make a screenshot of it and add it with a link. And so Donnie asked if it will be added in the future. I can put it, you can always come into Infusionsoft and go to our Help Center and add it as a request. I've never heard of anybody having a House button before, but I can put it in a Voice It. If you come to our Help Center right here, you can come to Chat Now and you can add that and ask our chat or ask them, if there's any plans. I've never heard of it, but I can check for you, Donnie, or I can add it to our Voice It, where we can actually ask people to add stuff. Another question, our sales rep indicated that there were several in our industry he works with, and House is an official element to those. Yeah, I know what House is, and I know that lots of people use it. I've just never seen it as a social media snippet before. I didn't know it was social. I thought it was just more of like a website that you go to. But I can let Mike know, the guy that's in charge of adding things. I can ask him and talk to him about it, and I can let you know. So awesome. But for the meantime, you can just put in an image and link it, and that would solve your issues on a more immediate timeline, time frame. So thank you for joining me. I'll be sending off the recording. I will be doing tomorrow's Campaign Builder. It's my favorite webinar ever because I get to show you guys how to automate. It's super fun. I'm going to show you how to put a newsletter opt-in on your website. I'm going to show you how to create one. I also have a short video on how to get it on your website that I'm going to send you. And we will start teaching you how to automate with Infusionsoft. So thanks for joining me. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. And I'll be sending this recording probably about lunchtime. And thanks for joining me. Thanks for sticking with me for about an hour. It's a lot of information, but I promise you, it gets easier and easier the more you do it. If you have any other questions, basic training at Infusionsoft.com. My name is Judy Miller, Judy with an I, and I look forward to hearing from you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.